Hello and welcome to another update video about Luna Classic. Well, while the markets are not doing much, I decided rather to do a Luna Classic update because I had so many requests and the market did react to my support range that I talked about in my last video. I also would like to show you in this video an alternative chart, but we get to that in a minute. We first start with the chart we talked about in previous videos. Again, we look at the Luna Classic chart by using the Elliott Wave method. So far it's worked out really well. I'm really surprised. I didn't think it would because of the, sort of the nature of everything and whatever Luna Classic is, and the extremely low, let's say, value and market cap and everything and volatility. But it's working out so far actually fairly nicely. For anybody who's new here, the wave count suggests the white one is here let's say the higher level wave count. When we said from the low that was printed here on the 13th of May, we moved up in a wave 1, we came down in a 2, and we're now still on our way to wave 3. Here, ideally, we're looking at target for wave 3 at around 0.001. Eventually, we need to break above that 0.001 level to really confirm a bullish scenario here, because this is only a 3-wave structure. Could also be an ABC. So this is not out of the woods yet. It is highly speculative. I always need to warn people about that, right? So 1, 2, 3, and then we've got here our subwaves. We had a 1, 2 setup here, another 1, 2 setup here. Then we looked at wave 3, 4, and 5. That was then wave 3 in green, wave 4 in green, wave 5 in green, and all of that finished off. Finished off here. One second. If I zoom in, finished off here wave 1 in yellow. So this is the most recent important high, the September high at around 0.0006. That was my target for this move. And then we talked about, I can't give you any advice, but we talked about the sensible investor would take here some profits, okay? And you can see what happened afterwards. So I think that was a good view. Then we came down in a correction, have so far not made new highs. This is potentially interesting here, so we talk about that. But in the last video, we talked about that this was probably only a wave A. This is the wave B, and we would come down once more in a wave C, either to support here at 0.00022 or 0.00017, which is basically where we got down to. Near enough, and that could finish off here waves A, B, and C, and wave 2. So that would mean we have a chance that we're now in wave 3 to the upside with a possible target. Let me just calculate that as well. With a possible target. With the first target, I would say, of around 0.000747. I think this would be a sensible target, the 1-to-1 ratio, maybe even 0.00088. So the wave 3 can be quite strong. Could also go higher, of course, but we don't want to, don't want to create too much hope here. So that's where I'd be aiming for, and this is where we could be working on. Now, to better confirm that, we definitely need to break above the wave B high. Now we haven't done that yet. So we're not out of the woods yet. Okay, this would be a breakout here. So this was a possible long entry here, always close to support. But we haven't broken out yet. Now this is nothing where, again, you can do what you want, but this is not where I would now enter, because we're again further away from support. That would be different when we now break out and then come back to support. That would be a possible breakout trade, of course. But we're not out of the woods until we break out of this to the upside. In this scenario, what we definitely must hold is the swing low here at 0.0018. Even better would be to hold the 78.6% fib level, because below that, as you know, it will get unreliable. That bullish scenario, that is the level 0.00021177. So if we lose this level, then it's getting unreliable that this is already a breakout. So this is generally pointing to the upside. So against those two lows that I just mentioned to you, we could now be focused to the upside with a target around that 772 range. Yeah. The other count that I wanted to talk about as well is if we use a log chart, we can come to a slightly different, but nevertheless also possibly bullish interpretation. But this would then assume that we are actually in a diagonal pattern. Bear in mind, this would indicate that Terra Luna here is trying to start its life potentially as a diagonal again. And these patterns, as you probably know from crypto, from other cryptos, these patterns are generally not too reliable. Yeah, they are not too reliable. Now here we have at least avoided an overlap with wave 1, and we could now be doing our wave 5. Yeah, this is the other interpretation. And only up here we would then finish off a wave 1. Now in terms of targets, I mean, we can here draw, if we draw here that's, yeah, so we've got a bit of a channel. Okay. A target here, yeah, we can look obviously here at the top of that channel, roundabout similar to the target that I gave you here on the other chart. Yeah, let's say sort of in that region here between 0007 and 0008. So this is certainly a level that we need to keep an eye on. Yeah, and yeah, you know, these are sort of the counts that we have. Here again, if we break below the previous swing low at 0018, I think this is over. The breakout is over, and we will see much lower levels, possibly all the way down to that wave 2 low, which was very low, right? So, but that's sort of my view of Luna Classic here at the moment. I think generally as long as we're holding that low, we can focus on higher. I gave you the Fibonacci retracements already, which will make, if we go below these, it will make already that breakout less reliable. Point is, to get more confidence in this breakout, we need to move above this swing high here, which we talked about, the previous high, basically that wave B high, which is at 0034 roughly. Yeah, this would be a breakout level that we need to get beyond. But yeah, generally still an interesting chart, but we're not out of the woods yet here. And obviously take this TA with some caution and also with a pinch of salt, because an Elliott Wave analysis on this basically newly created chart. Yeah, I mean, it's just trying to start its life again. Yeah, it is to be taken just with a pinch of salt. Okay, and that's my update about Luna Classic. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.